Okay, we got round the clock construction, and I can't talk about anything the military is doing. I can say now I couldn't film it, but the action that took place under my floor caused pain in my lung. It's not the first time the chemicals and the chemical weapons that they loaded the floor with, which the military will find, caused pain. It wasn't toxic gas. This was more dangerous today than the time when they arrested the DHS agent and they jihaded, which I don't want to get sidetracked. Bring it up to me. I took notes, and it's like I'll never forget any of this. So, but I couldn't film it and right. But I'll never forget. There's things you remember forever. That day, I mean, I remember the time. I remember like it was yesterday, but I don't want to get sidetracked. So this was another whatever the word, because the look, I'm really struggling for words. The effect of this nonstop terrorism that I'm surviving has caused me to have no vocabulary. So I struggle to express basic English. When they arrested the DHS agent, they came and attacked my room with IEDs, and I will never forget it. So we'll do another discussion another time on that. This was scarier. Jesus told me go into that room because the cartel, Mexican military, kind of the same. They used to be a threat. Now they're just going to be extinguished by the good guys. Yeah, you got to go, Mexicans. Cartel, not the nice ones that want a normal country. All right. They've been a thorn in my side, the Mexican cartel, with the Saudi Arabian Al-Qaeda drug dealers. It's all drug dealers. Since the day I got on my account, and we can go back another time, 5 years ago when I was in New York City. Those are two different discussions, okay? But they're chasing around these terrorists, all right? And it's not just them. It's Russian organized crime. The cartel is almost exactly the same as with the Russian organized crime. They brought in, since 1992, Putin did, crime figures into some of the police and some of these departments in Russia. I got to keep my ear plugged. Constant muscle cars, motorcycles, construction. It doesn't ever stop. It's 8, 9 o'clock still going. This is a bullshit city. They lie to you, dude. They think they're reading legal depositions here. No, they're not doing anything here. Which brings me to my point at hand. So the Mexican military was big time here, and there was a certain point when they were loading my floor up with IEDs. I had to leave the room because of that, because one of these bad guys had a gun and was going to use it and didn't want to come in here necessarily to shoot me. They're not chasing around the witness. They're going for their own people, okay? But I had to leave, okay? They were all under the floor. I wrote enough of it, so to give you a good idea, there was over by the yellow house, at least 2 in that part of my room. There was at least 2 over here. There was no doubt 3 of them, but I'm thinking 4. Who knows? The agents know, all right? They have arrested the Mexican military and the DHS for years here. Everything that Mexico gets, Mexico asked to get from the United States, Russia, China, Mossad, God, who else? Who else? Mexico. All right. Oh, and let's put on the list all the other countries, just like with Putin, how he tried to turn on the Russians there. That you set up to ruin and make the lives miserable of all these other Latin people in your neighboring countries in Mexico. You don't think you haven't made enemies? No, the Mexican military knows they have. And so do these Russian organized crime guys. Those guys are neo-Nazi. They're not in it for the narco state. They're in it for the white power movement. Okay? And they're going around town taking out DOJ, taking God knows who else, right? This is sectioned off. This landlord, they've got these Muslim terrorists going for him, and they won't stop till they get him, okay? He's like Biden. He's like Trump and a lot of other figures like that. They cannot be arrested at all with the Mexican military, with the Iranian agents that are chasing them around, with the Russian military that set up all this shit here. There's certain people that will not be arrested. No, dude. They're going to be killed before that ever fucking happens by these bad guys. That's why I ditched into that room. What they were doing to now, fuck yeah, they will be. You think Biden and Trump and Clinton and everyone are going to sit here and wait around to be arrested by actual real U.S. military and real freaking Russian officials? Oh, fuck no. Obama, you're on that list too. Anyway, so my floor was like one for the records. This was the top two. This was the top number one tonight because the chemical gave me a lung pain and they were all over. I thought they were coming up into my room. I didn't know. I mean, but they did because Jesus gives me guidance. All he said at a certain point, hold on, was I want you to go in that room now. When that happened was when it was a female underneath my floor. There's multiple terrorists. There was a female terrorist underneath my floor who's one of the Mexican cartel, Mexican militaries, putas, hookers. They brought in. Those are theirs. They're going for those ones, okay? She was under my floor. Dude, I just know it, all right? I didn't see her, but I fucking know it. There's a local puta under my floor. They taught all this shit to. And she was, this is only uno. There was like uno, dos, tres, cuatro fucking terrorists under my floor today. All at once, it was insane. This is after Verizon. After. She was over there by the radiator, okay? They were so loud and so in a Muslim terrorist rage, I didn't know what to do. And that was the only time, though. I mean, I really thought they were coming up from my floor, like, because these people are so loco. They just had a saw there the other day where she was. They were all over the fucking room. A room is a square. They were in every fucking point in the little center of my room, like working under my floor. It was the top uno number one freaking loco fucking IEDs. You know how many IEDs are under my floor right now? You're going to have to ask these vets. They're like super good. They're wizards. What they're doing. And they're doing combat here too. I know that. It's urban combat. It's been like that a long time. I've known that because the body count here in this house. Until recently, the good guys, I strongly believe, have been coming in their last few days. They've been coming in here and rescuing me because there's been attempts on my life that I couldn't talk about. And they took them out. And the good guys did. Well, what do you think? These are terrorists. Okay, so, and after that, these local meth heads would come back on me so hard, dude. And the construction guys in the neighborhood would be just as furious. In fact, one of them fucking erupted on me on the corner, okay? So, yeah, my theory proven. And that's another discussion. So let's go back to this local puta on the floor. That was the only time tonight while they were doing this bomb attack on me that I had to go into that room. All right? Because of the Mexican cartel chasing around their own fucking putas. Okay? When this is in there, and every time I go in there, a terrorist has the TV running and running and running. Just up to the last 10 minutes ago when I was in there, a terrorist entered from the mob door over by my fridge and was dinking around with the computer IED stuff up there, okay? That, I presume, is the landlord. The landlord will be taken out by these Al-Qaeda dudes, these religiously driven dudes. Ask the military why each one has their own target list, but they do. All right. And I give these guys and gals, I owe them for saving my life in here. All right. So I can't talk about anything they've been doing today or ever. I know that. So where this goes is Verizon, I've said, and these guys and gals in the good military, they know that there's like a cell phone IED under my bed, right under my pillow. I've said that. And there's massive stuff I couldn't talk about before. I can now. Over by where that cat tree is, that window, it beeps. We'll do a discussion about exactly what the beeping is. It beeps. And that's more of their IEDs. It beeps. Oh, yes, it does. And then over by my door in the other room, where I did the picture and I said by the fireplace, and there's an IED in the wall by the owl mob, that beeps. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, oh my God, yes. The last time I heard it beep was when the feds were killed in this house, okay? That was over Christmas. It was Christmas night or Christmas Eve. I couldn't talk about it. Now, the vets will confirm all this with me, but I knew it at the time too. I went into that room and there was a female federal agent. She's a neo-Nazi. She was killed in this house or in one of them next door. Probably by the Russian mob, because that's Putin's branch. Yeah. But don't say that because a lot of the Islamists are directed by Iran. So, but you get the picture here, right? They're all dead. There are so many fucking feds in here that are dead. All right, so the last time that wall in that room beeped, only as I went near it with the ideas, was when these feds were here and they were last seen alive here. Or in one of these houses, wherever they were operating this equipment from. They're dead. I heard them get killed. I heard a couple in this house go down so fucking hard over Christmas. Oh yeah, I heard it all. That's why they have to talk to me, and I know they will. And it's okay to say this much right now. I know it is, but it's a lot that no, I cannot talk about it. I know. Now, this male terrorist in the basement, I strongly believe was the one that came in as soon as I went back in the room. This is just 10 minutes ago. The IED attack is over, okay? Which is a reaction to Verizon. The male terrorist is still in the casa, still in the terrorist cell, still trying to blow me fucking up, okay? And I heard him going in and out of the Al Mob door and up there. So turning that TV up. Oh, they're in trouble in DC. Oh. Now, what I strongly believe is when they execute the male, whoever does it, okay, from the basement, the Islamist terrorist, Biden, Trump, everybody goes. Everybody goes. This house will be raided by the good guys. It's not a raid. They'll do strikes around the city, probably at the same time. And that's the drama I kept referencing, is I just have to prepare for that. I've told them everything I possibly could that I could through pictures and stuff. So I think that'll help. Yeah. Yeah. And I did good because when I was in the bathroom, I'd be like right there. They loaded that fucking bathroom behind the toilet up with IEDs. It's all over the fucking house. This floor is like a freaking, what do you call this? Bomb storage room. It's underneath my floor. Now, back to Verizon. I don't want to do this too long because I want this to be seen, this video. Verizon is now on legal document and historical record as a terrorist company, terrorist corporation that made bomb plots and bomb attempts, terrorist attacks planned against the United States of America. All the people at Verizon will be arrested and executed. This is what I'm talking about when I say a lot of Americans die for terrorism and treason in the United States. because of people like the ones at Verizon. They signed up with these really bad guys in the military. These bad guys in the military, most of them in the U.S., was telling them, hey, we're turning this into a narco state. We're going to have legal drugs, everything like Cocaineville, Crackville, Crystal Meth Heaven. We're going to be really, really, really rich. These drug lords got our back. They've taken over the military. They're in our government. Come with us. All you have to do is blow people up. And they went for it at Verizon. So they're done. No, Verizon. You don't blow people up. You don't blow me up. And you don't blow no other fucking lady with a kid up. No. All right, so Verizon is a terrorist company. They were trying to say that I did all sorts of illegal things and I'm a terrorist and I'm the one doing this. Verizon was working with the dirty feds to come in here and shoot me to death. Once they fake raided my room with all these IEDs and all this shit, they were going to say, it was my account. It was me. I'm what? A Muslim terrorist? That was what fucking drug dealer's idea. Don't worry about it, okay? All that's happening now is a whole bunch of dead S Street terrorists, a city that gets bombed, a whole shitload of dead presidents, and a whole bunch of bombs under my floor. And a very in shambles and in rubble, Verizon, many different warehouses and corporate center. And the rest, arrested and hung in prison. Good job, Verizon. Let me redo this. Good job, Verizon, for trying to blow me up with all the bombs as evidence under my floor. Good job, Verizon, for trying to say I'm a fraud. And what else? A felon? Good job, Verizon, for working with dirty cops to say that I'm a terrorist making fucking bombs with an account in my name that you won't tell me about? You won't tell me about a fucking account that's in my name? Good job, Verizon. Good job. You got it coming. You really got it coming. So far, I don't even have to call you back. You got it coming. All right? Adios.